I'm Vaishali Kohli and you're watching NewsX. Now, residents of Delhi-NCR woke up to yet another day of deteriorating AQI of the national capital, which rose to an alarming 413. According to data from Central Pollution Control Board, with the air quality worsening each day, the Delhi government implemented stage 3 of its graded response action plan, which was started with immediate effect on 11th November. It also announced the closure of schools up to class 5 and directed all government, private and unaided schools to operate in hybrid mode. Centre's air quality early warning system predicted marginal winds to pick up in wind speeds that could lead the AQI to crawl back into very poor from severe. And now, of course, viewers, let me take you through what's really happening. Now, meanwhile, stubble burning has commenced in a big way, with impunity in Punjab and Haryana leading to further worsening of air quality levels in Delhi-NCR. The Supreme Court has been told a bench headed by Chief Justice B.R. Gavai, which is scheduled to hear the air pollution case today, was urged by senior advocate Aprajita Singh, who is assisting the bench as amicus curiae, that a response be sought from the government of Punjab and Haryana. Singh referred to NASA satellite images to buttress her point that stubble burning in these two states has commenced and it is contributing to already severe air pollution levels in Delhi-NCR. With that, let's in fact take a look at the stubble burning data by NASA and compare it to those of last week, last month and last year. All right, viewers, so let me just show you what's actually happening. Now, the fires have worsened, and this is the image that you're seeing on your screen, which is today versus last week. Let's look at 5th November, viewers, which is to the right box of your screen. Look at the kind of stubble burning that was happening in this particular box that I'm trying to encircle here, the red that you can see. And let's compare it to the other side of your screen, which is the 12th of November. Delhi, of course, is highlighted in yellow. The green is Haryana and the purple is Punjab. Look at the kind of red that is around Punjab. So this is the area of the stubble burning that you can see on your screen. There's a lot around Haryana as well, this portion in green that I'm trying to encircle here for you. And of course, Delhi, you see scattered stubble burning in red. So that's of course a huge difference from the 5th of November. You can see that in November, on the 5th of November, there's a little bit of stubble burning in this area in the corner, which is of course very intense there. But when you compare it to scattered stubble burning, it's also quite a lot on the 12th of November. Let's go to the second image that I have for you here, which is today versus last month. So now on the 12th of October, let's see how much stubble burning there was. If we go to Punjab, this area that I'm encircling for you, right on top, you can see a lot of stubble burning scattered, but a little bit as compared to the 12th of November. Look at that, viewers. You have Delhi highlighted in yellow, green is Haryana and Punjab is in purple. So you can see the amount of stubble burning increasing as we go along from Haryana to Punjab. But there's a marked difference between 12th November and 12th October, as you can see on your screen, a lot more this month. Let's go to the next image, which is the fires worsen again, now today versus last year. So look at that, viewers. This is where you will see a huge jump. The situation currently this year, of course, is very, very bad. 12th November in 2024. You can see that there is stubble burning, viewers, but there's a little bit as compared to this year. Look at the red highlights around Punjab and of course Haryana. We have scattered stubble burning around Delhi in far-flung areas. but more concentrated, more intense, to the image which says 12th November 2025. So the frequency has increased, the volume has considerably increased, as you can see so much of red highlights in this image. So that, of course, viewers, is an overview of today versus last year. Now this clearly is a huge problem, and now of course I am going to try and connect with my colleague Aditya Vadhavan, who is joining me with more details. All right, Aditya, what more can you tell us about this?
Well, absolutely, Vaishali. We are just standing at the Anand Vihar area, and completely, this is one of the very hot spot of air pollution every year. During the months of October, November, and December, pollution levels spike across Delhi-NCR, and Anand Vihar is one of the hot spot. Where there is excessive pollution every year. Year by year, we have seen there has been no respite from pollution to the Delhi-NCR, and during this time only, the stubble burning starts also in the states of Punjab and Haryana. And I would just request my video journalist to show there is a smog gun installed here at this particular place. Typical, as you can see, this is a live picture we are showing to our viewers. This exactly. Considering the fact that Anand Vihar is a hotspot of pollution, there is a lot of pollution at this juncture here. Indeed, the vehicular pollution is even since now the GRAP 3 measures have also been put up in place. Still, there has been no respite. There has been no less shortage of the vehicular pollution vehicles flying in Delhi, and we will talk to some shopkeepers, who are running their shops from Anand Vihar in open. Sir, बहुत शुक्रिया NewsX से बात करने के लिए. सर, जो दिल्ली NCR में बढ़ता प्रदूषण है, आप लोगों ने अपनी दुकानें जो हैं खुले में हैं, आपको क्या सांस लेने में किस तरह की दिक्कत हो रही है?
दिक्कत आ रही है सर सांस लेने में.
किस तरह की दिक्कत आ रही है? आंख में इरिटेशन हो रही है, नाक में इरिटेशन हो रही है? थोड़ा डिटेल में बताएं क्या हो रहा है?
आंख में मिर्ची लग रहा है सर.
मिर्ची लग रही है?
हाँ, मिर्ची. हाँ, ऐसे ही हो रहा है.
क्योंकि आप ये बात बताएं, दुकान आप क्या कब खोलते हैं? सुबह में कितने बजे दुकान खोलते हैं और कब तक? क्योंकि पूरा दिन पोल्यूशन रहता है, सुबह से ही शाम से.
9 बजे खोल लेते हैं. 9 बजे.
अच्छा, तो किस तरह की दिक्कत आती है पोल्यूशन में? क्या मतलब आप इसका प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स ले रहे हैं?
सर, सांस भी लेने में दिक्कत आ रही है, थोड़ा आंखों में मिर्ची भी लगता है, आंख में मिर्ची भी महसूस होता है. बहुत दिक्कत आ रही है, पोल्यूशन से बहुत दिक्कत आ रही है.
आप लोग मास्क नहीं पहन रहे, क्योंकि मास्क पहनना चाहिए इस दौरान, तो पोल्यूशन
फिर बाहर का हवा तो बिल्कुल नहीं मिलेगा हम लोगों को, फिर मास्क लगाने से तो भी.
तो हवा में जैसे प्रदूषण है, बिल्कुल बाहर का हवा मिलना चाहिए. Vaishali, we will talk to one more shopkeeper here, who is also wearing a mask. Sir, बहुत शुक्रिया NewsX से बात करने के लिए. Sir, जो pollution की, okay, at this juncture, he's not willing to, clearly, the shopkeepers here, who have running their shops are completely, facing problems, because they have to earn their living by running their shops in the open. So they are absolutely the most risk people who are exposed to this hazardous air quality in Delhi. Yes, Vaishali.
All right, Aditya. Now I have my guest Dr. Ishan Gupta joining me, who is a pulmonologist. Dr. Gupta, I want to start with a personal example because I have gone through this myself. I have had a cough for the past 1.5 months. It started with a chest congestion. I've tried everything under the roof, antibiotics to everything, but it's just not getting cured. And I'm starting with this example because I really want to know why this is happening, and to so many of us who have been constantly sick because of Delhi's air for such a long time.
Definitely, you have raised a very good point. The people I have seen in my OPD also, definitely the patients who are asthmatic, COPD, ILD, the number have increased in the OPD. The more and more patients are coming, and the more important point is the persons who didn't have any respiratory problem initially, the patients who don't have any asthma, COPD, they are also coming to the OPD for the first time. Last year also pollution was there, but this time I'm seeing a lot of patients are coming who didn't have any respiratory problem, and for the last 2 weeks they have started with the, like you rightly said, with itching of eyes, nasal irritation, then dry cough followed by breathing difficulty. There is so much of chest congestion. We have tried all the medications, and patients are not getting relieved without any inhaler. So we had to start the inhaler, which is the therapy which usually we give in asthma and COPD kind of patients. But this time, seeing this pollution, it's very hazardous.
Dr. Gupta, now this is, I'm talking to you about somebody like myself who's in her 30s. But what about somebody who's in their 70s, 80s? I can't even begin to imagine what our parents, what our elderly is going through, what small children are going through, what pregnant women are going through. So what is the kind of impact that this kind of air has on the elderly and children?
Yeah, definitely. See, look, in the young people, we are seeing this kind of symptoms, like I'm telling you. But in the elderly, there is a lot of chest congestion. People are getting admitted. We have to give IV decongestants, IV steroids, nebulization to relieve the symptoms. First effect which pollution has is mild viral-like symptoms like nasal congestion, nasal discharge, throat irritation, eye irritation, followed by dry cough, and then breathing difficulty. But this is a short term effect. But talking about the long term effect, if this is we are being exposed for a longer time, 2 to 3 months, recurrent seasons, we are seeing patients are getting converted into asthmatic patients, which is a very point of concern. I will say COPD number has increased. Initially, you used to say the main reason for COPD patients is smoking. But nowadays, we are seeing the patients who are not smoking, the people who don't even smoke a single cigarette, they are also coming with the symptoms of COPD, like a smoker who has smoked around 20 to 30 pack years, like he has been smoking for last 20 to 30 years, and these effects we are just seeing in 5 to 7 years. So it's a very matter of concern, I will say. And talking about the more and more admissions, and not only the lung health. Lung health is a one aspect of the pollution. It also has a very bad impacts on heart, kidneys, liver, brain also. We are seeing a surge in heart attack cases, stroke cases, brain stroke cases. So these are also very bad effects which the pollution have on everyone, I will say. On elderly, like I'm telling you, we are seeing heart attack cases, stroke cases, and more pneumonia cases as well, because this pollution itself is damaging the lungs, plus it causes free radical formation in the body. So the free radical formation lead to reduced immunity, and reduced immunity will lead to increasing number of pneumonia cases, like in elderly and children. We are seeing a lot of pneumonia cases nowadays. Previously, we used to see such kind of impact in late December or January, but nowadays we are seeing in early November only.
All right. I also have Kavita Ashok, who's an environmentalist, joining me. Now, Kavita, the basic human right that we have is to be able to breathe fresh air. And unfortunately, Delhiites are not even getting that right. What do you have to say? Opening comments.
The faith that we had invested in voting for this government, people are questioning it because look at the lifestyle that we have in Delhi. We don't have clean air. We don't have clean water. So coming to the point of air pollution and high AQI here, I feel that, it's affecting our productivity at work, our health. Even our food is being polluted. Even students, school-going children are suffering. Elder people at home who have lower immunities are falling sick, So I think the promise has to be kept, and the administration has to prep up their game and give us a proper, clean Delhi to live in.
All right. Now, Dr. Gupta, I want my viewers to benefit out of this broadcast, and I want to ask you that if it's the elderly, if a person doesn't step out for many days, obviously being cooped up at home has a lot of other impacts on the mind. So what is the solution for somebody in their 60s, 70s, 80s? How should they step out of the house? Should they wear a mask? What are the precautions they can take?
Complicated answer. I will say it should be done on many levels actually. Firstly, the government level, personal level, social level. Uh, at personal level, I will say, as you suggested, the person, elderly person, children should be at home as more as possible. Likely you rightly said, but it's not possible to be at home every time. So whenever they are stepping out of home, they have to use N95 mask. It's not the normal three-player mask because it doesn't filter out the PM 2.5 and PM 5 particles, which gets deposited in the lungs. So a person who is going out has to use N95 mask. That is the only way, and try to remain at home as more as possible. Thirdly, the food. You have to include more and more antioxidants like fruits, green leafy vegetables, the fruits which contain more of vitamin C like oranges, amla, nimbu pani. These kind of foods you should take more and avoid packaged foods like chips and all the other packaged foods like roti and breads and
Dr. Gupta, please
etc.
hold that thought. I'll come back to you because I have my colleague joining me now. Arzu Seth is joining me live from India Gate. Arzu, what are the AQI levels there and what currently is the situation? Because we've hit a disaster situation on Tuesday when it comes to Delhi's AQI levels.
Well, definitely, Vaishali, the situation is alarming in the national capital as the AQI has now reached to the severe category. Right now, I'm at the India Gate and it's like it's 11 p.m. and a.m. And also, if you could see the situation, I would request my camera person to show around and you can see there is the smog that can clearly be seen at this point of time. In fact, the visibility is less. There is a blurriness. In fact, people are facing a lot of problem. There are, itchiness in the eyes that the people are facing. Also, if we talk about the today's AQI, the AQI is more than 400. The current AQI is 414 in the national capital, which comes under the severe category. And after this, after the AQI has reached to the severe category, the CAQM has now implemented the GRAP stage 3 in the national capital, under which there will be several restrictions on the non-essential construction site, and also the mining activities will be affected. There will be demolition activities that will be affected, and also there will be now schools will be going on till the class 5th in the hybrid mode, means online and offline, on and off. So definitely there are changes that have been done, and now after a lot of questions, now the CAQM has implemented GRAP stage 3 in the national capital.
All right, Arzu, thanks for those inputs. Now I want to go across to Dr. Ishan Gupta. Dr. Gupta, you were telling us about the diet that a person should follow, and the second part of my question is very important. The kind of exercises, because some people overdo it in the gym or sweat it out. What is the kind of exercise schedule that a person can follow to keep their respiratory health during this time in check?
Yeah, the basic breathing exercises, deep breathing exercises, like we say, incentive spirometry. A spirometry is a device in which a patient has to blow in and blow out, deeply inhale, deeply exhale. That one can do. Anulom Vilom one can do, like yoga exercise. Yoga plays a very important role in this kind of situation. I'll personally suggest my patients not to exert in the gym, like strenuous gyms, heavy weights, extensive cardio, they should avoid. But otherwise, other than that, spirometry, deep breathing exercises, yoga, one should opt for.
All right, Dr. Gupta. Now I want to thank both my guests